Hello guys, we're going to be learning a lovely and interesting stuff. Guess what? We're going to look deeply into what is called a research methodology. And in the research methodology, I'm going to be opening you up to a lot of lovely, wonderful and beautiful concepts. So sit tight, get relaxed, follow me as we go together. Now, the first thing you must know and learn in research methodology is the definition of research. Oh yes. So if they ask you what is research, from the name research, what does it mean? Research means to search again. So if you are searching again, what are you trying to do? You are trying to carry out what is called your research. Now follow me, let's go gently. The next is research means looking carefully. Where are you looking at? Where others might have looked into and could not find and hope to find something. In other words, you are looking at areas, you are looking at locations where people have investigated, where people have sat down to study, and they did not come up with probably something meaningful. And you decide to say, no, I'm going to look into this again. Now, let me teach you this beyond passing exams. Sit down tight and understand some lovely things here. There is nothing new under the earth. No, nothing is new. There is no profession that is new. There is nothing in this world that anybody wants to do in life that is new. It just depends on the level of research to which you are willing to put in. That's what determines what will set you apart. In other words, there is nothing really like innovation. No. There is innovation anyway, but what I'm trying to communicate to you is this. There is nothing new. All you are doing is that you are looking into what other people have done and you are trying to build on the grounds of what they have done. So research means carefully. In other words, you sit down carefully and you are looking, you are analyzing, you are going deep into stuffs. Are you getting me now? With the hope to find something, with the hope to come out with something. Another thing is this, very quickly, you must know that research is logical. In other words, it is not just based on assumption. No. Research is number one, is a logical and a systematic investigation. Now, this investigation is geared towards the preservation of knowledge. It is geared towards the increment in the sum of knowledge for one purpose, and that is to better humanity. Are you getting me now? So I want you to note this very quickly. If they ask you, is research logical or research is not logical? Research is pure logical. Are you getting me now? You must sit down and then you reason your way out. So research is not based on assumption. Are you getting me? Research is systematic. Research is a step-by-step process, meaning there are processes or procedure in which you must carry out if you are carrying out research. Now follow me, let's go very quickly. Now, what you must know is this very quickly. There is something about academic research that makes it different from any other research. Oh yes, take note that an academic research paper is like a carefully written document. In other words, you take your time to write out the document that collects information mainly from written sources. Now, take note of this. These written sources can be probably in the form of books that you consult, or probably you go to the internet. Of course, they are written there, and then you consult stuff there. Now, and take note of this very quickly, that it needs to back up its ideas with evidence from those sources that you are citing or making reference to. Now, this is it. You know, one of the challenge some people do is this. One of the biggest problems some people have is this. You are carrying out research and you are writing, or probably you are researching. Are you with me? You are not citing or quoting the people you have copied it from. Nobody is an island. That's number one. And what makes you a good author is the people you have consulted. Are you getting me? So you must give kudos to whom respect is due. So that's just it here. Another thing is this. In other words, what can we say about academic research? It is a formal way to share and prove your thoughts using information from books, information from articles and other written materials. Now, follow me. Let me show you something. Another thing is this question too. What is research paper also called? If they give this to you, very simple and direct. You must note this. That research paper has two other names you call them. It's either you call research paper library paper, or you call research paper term paper. So research paper is also called your library paper, or research paper is called your term paper. Now, another thing very fast. Let me be giving them to you hot in form of question. Question 3. 7 factors a researcher consider when selecting a topic. What are the factors you must consider? 7 of them are going to be looking at. Number 1 factor is that the topic chosen must be of interest to the researcher. In other words, you as a researcher, the topic you intend to work on, the topic you intend to deliberate on, it must, number 1, be of interest to the researcher. Why is it so? Because interest sponsors insights. It is very lovely for you to study. For example, let me say you are studying a course that you have interest in. What happens? It will sponsor, it will energize and kinetize your insight, meaning you willingly donate yourself to it. Are you with me? Now, for those of you studying courses probably that you don't like, fall in love with it, guys. Yeah, let's go. Interest sponsors insights. Are you with me? So the topic chosen must be of interest to the researcher, not the one probably, for example, you want to go and research on something that is totally off your field. It's good to research, but let it be that what you are researching on, you have passion for it. Let me put it that way. Number 2, the availability of material on that given topic. The question is, this topic you are about to delve into, what is the availability of materials on it? The materials available, how detailed are they? Are you getting me now? Another thing very quickly is this. It is the researchability of the topic. Now, the question is this topic researchable? Why? Because it is not every topic that is researchable. There are some topics that are shallow. There are some areas that, okay, probably it has not been highly explored. Are you getting me? That's why it's also lovely that you explore them. But let it be that the area of your research, it is an area that you can carry out vast research. You can sit down to study and then go deep into it. Another thing very quickly is this. The time required for the investigation must be considered. Now, let me say this, for instance. Let's say they gave you, you are given, for example, 2 minutes to go and do research on Pluto. The question is, how many information are you going to come up with? Of course, you just be blabbing. Why? Because the time that has been allotted to you to carry out your investigation is short. Now, we are looking at 7 factors a researcher must consider. The 5th factor, very quickly, is that it must be informative. In other words, as you are studying, as you are delving deep, what happens? You are gathering data. From the abundance of data you have gathered, you are now speaking from your heart. You are speaking a lot. You are delivering a lot. You are passing out thousands of information in one sentence. Are you with me? So it must be informative. Another very quickly is this. It must provide answers to some questions. This is what happens there. As you are researching, during the course of the research, you are asking yourself questions and you are delving deep to provide solutions, so that when you stand, let me say for instance, you stand in front of class, because there is abundance in you, of course you can dish out from what is within you. Now, number 7 is this. It must be within the framework or the scope of the researcher's purpose and ability. So it must be within, not off point, not the one that come and talk about for example, come and talk about let's say you are studying crop science. Come and talk about crops, then you now leave crops, and then you now proceed and enter into machines. No, it must be within the framework or the scope of the researcher's purpose and ability. Are you with me? Now, the next quickly is this. What are the characteristics of research? There are things that a research must possess, and these things are called the characteristics or the features of the research. Number 1, it must be systematic. By systematic, what do we mean? There must be step-by-step procedure. Are you getting me now? To which you are arriving at every singular answer. It must be systematic. Number 2 character, it must be logical. It must be logical in the sense that you can sit down to reason it. There is a difference between logic and assumption. You can sit down to reason your way out. It must be logical. Number 3, it must be investigative. In other words, as a detective that you are, you can carry out more. Are you getting it now? You can go deep into it. It must be investigative. Another thing is this: it must be objective. By objective means it is free of bias. Are you getting it now? Research must not be biased. Please don't forget that constant exam question. Research must be objective, not the one that, okay, probably they say research. Let me say, for instance, they give you a topic like this. Okay, carry out your research or your investigation and give us concrete facts that proves that Nigeria is better than China. And because you are a Nigerian, you know the truth, oh, that Nigeria is better than China. They play. You know the truth, oh, but you now want to take sides. Are you getting me now? No, research must be objective. There must be no element of biased nature there. No, not at all. Another thing is this, very quickly, that you must note. You must know that it must be empirical. By empirical, what do we mean? It must be experimental. It must give room for experiment. And of course, for every sound experiment, there are step-by-step procedure you carry out. And number 6, very fast, it must be innovative. The beauty of life is innovation. Of course, one thing is constant, and that is change. Are you getting me now? So research must be innovative. You too, as a student, you must be innovative. You must derive new strategies, new concepts to study. Are you getting it now? Don't be moribund. Don't be too confined to one way of life. No, it must be innovative. And number 7, it must be critical. It must stretch you mentally. Are you getting me? Because anything that stretches you mentally, what happens? It increases your capacity. It increases your ability to think. So these are the characteristics of research. Then that's what we're going to be looking at very quickly. What are the qualities of an ideal researcher? So you, as a researcher, is either you are ideal or you are non-ideal. So what are the qualities of an ideal researcher? Number 1 quality there, a good researcher must be curious. In other words, curiosity, they want you. You must be curious. A good researcher must be curious. You just want to know. You are asking yourself questions. Are you getting it now? You are coming up with facts. You are going to carry out research on, you are going to carry out experiments on this fact. You are drawing out hypotheses. You are canceling some things that you are coming up with. Are you getting me now? You must be curious. Number 2, an ideal researcher must be objective, meaning you must not be biased. There must be no element of biased nature in you. An ideal researcher must be objective. Number 3, an ideal researcher must be patient. You know, this is one character. A lot of people are in a hurry. An ideal researcher must be patient. So you must be patient. Patient in the sense that it's not that you sit down like this and you just be looking. Patient dog eat the fattest bone. Hunger killed patient dog recently. Now, an ideal researcher must be patient in the sense that you must take your time to carry out every singular research that you need to carry out, come up with the experimental results. Are you getting me now? Number 4, he or she must be a thoroughgoing skeptic. In other words, you are not taking sides. You are not biased. Are you getting me now? Number 5 character, very quickly. Number 5 character is that he or she must be unbiased. Are you seeing it? You must be unbiased. Number 6, very quickly. He or she must be honest. Be honest to yourself. Be truthful with the results, with the experimental results. Are you getting me now? Number 7, a good researcher must be vigilant. Don't forget this. A good researcher, an ideal researcher must be vigilant. You are looking for slight change. You are looking for any slight thing that bothers you. You are trying to become better. You want to prove a point. Are you getting it? Not proving a point in a negative way, but proving a point for the betterment of humanity. Follow me very quickly. The next, number 6, what are the characteristics of research? So research has characteristics. Now, just know this very quickly. There are things you already know. Number one, it must be systematic, step by step. Number two, very quickly, it must be logical. You can reason your way out, not assumption. Number three, it must be investigative. Number four, it must be objective, not biased. It must be objective, not subjective, not biased. Are you getting me? Number five, very quickly, that you must know, it must be empirical. That means empirical means you can experiment and you can come up with the results of the experiment. Number six, it must be innovative. Don't be moribund. And number seven, it must be what? Critical. Are you getting me now? Then next quickly we're going to look at is what is the importance of researcher. So in our society today, what is the importance of researchers? What are their importance? What do they even do? Now let me tell you this. If you must succeed in life, of course, you must be a good researcher. You must give yourself to brutal research. Not just any to brutal research. Are you getting me? Number one importance of researcher is this: to create new information. In other words, you can't come up with something new if you are not a researcher. No. To create new information. Number two, quickly, to debunk, to refute previously obsolete ideas that are erroneous. You see, one of the big problem I have with people is this: the inability for them to debunk tradition. Let me put it that way. A good researcher must be able to debunk, it must be able to refute, it must be able to drop down previous or obsolete ideas that are erroneous. So that's what makes you a good researcher. Are you getting me? Now, what is the third character, very quickly, of the importance of researchers? Number three, very fast. It is to bring an ignored fact to limelight. In other words, the importance of researchers is that they are bringing an ignored fact, something that people did not really look into. You are trying to bring it to limelight. You are trying to bring an invention to limelight. You are trying to bring something to limelight. Now, let me say this. Like I've said, there is nothing new in life. It is how you package whatever you are presenting that matters. So as a student, whatever you want to do, like, it does not matter how you package it is all that matters. Are you getting me now? So that's research for you. Number four, to correct a misunderstanding and to promote a cause. In other words, what research does is this: it has the ability to correct a misunderstanding and to promote a cause. Let me explain to you. For example, let's say there is a tribe, probably in a nation, that is relegated, and then what everybody know about the tribe is this is how they do their do, or probably they know them for the negatives. It is like, and then you are probably like from that location, you don't need to argue. No. Evidence silences all arguments. Are you with me? To correct a misunderstanding or to correct the way they have been looking at something and to promote a cause. Now, this is a very fast number five. Number five that you must know quickly: to add ideas to an already existing fact. In other words, you are coming with your own idea to add it to already existing fact, therefore comparing, illustrating, and evaluating. Now, this is it. Like, for example, one of the subjects I love very, very well, I love chemistry, I love biology. Aside medical courses, I love government and I love literature very, very well, like very, very well. Now, it's not every time I agree with Isaac Newton. No, I don't agree with him every time. No. Are you with me? It's not every time I want to agree with Galileo. Why is it so? There must be that curiosity. What if not like this? What if it no be? Are you getting me now? Now that's it. That's just me. Number six, very quickly. For a university and college students like you to fulfill a requirement for a project or dissertation. Are you getting it now? Of course, in your final year, you are going to carry out your project and then you need knowledge of what? Research. Number seven, quickly, to create remedies to social maladies. Are you getting it? To create solution to societal problems. That's just it. Number eight, quickly, to enlighten the people of societal situations. So these are the things that you must know on this. Now, very quickly, number eight, what is plagiarism? Let me take time and explain plagiarism for you. When they say plagiarism, what are you referring to? Let me in simple terms. you went to carry somebody's work and then you are presenting it as if it's your own. You have plagiarized the person's work. You may not even know that you have plagiarized somebody's work. What is plagiarism? Simple term. Plagiarism is using someone else's words or ideas and presenting them as your own. So plagiarism is not necessarily in the form of like book, you copy somebody. No. It may be in the form of statements. Are you getting it now? And you are now claiming ownership of it. That is plagiarism. So how do you avoid plagiarism? It's very simple. By acknowledging or by citing or making reference to where you carried it from. Now this is it. You can avoid plagiarism by properly documenting your paper and following the guidelines provided. What are the guidelines? By you must give reference. Until you make reference, you can't be a reference. Are you with me? You must give reference to the work that you are trying to draw something from. Are you getting me? And that's how you avoid what plagiarism. Whether you are copying it online, of course, you cite what they cite, that particular site that you are copying from. You will write it down as part of the stuff. That's how you prevent what? Plagiarism. Number 10, very quickly, we're going to look at the 4 stages and the 10 steps involved in research writing. How many stages? Don't forget, this is where challenge normally come from. We have 4 stages and 10 steps, constant exam question. Now, what are the 4 stages and the 10 steps involved in research writing? Now, let's go very quickly. Stage 1 is called preparation. In whatever anybody must do, or if you must distinguish yourself in preparation. So stage 1 is called preparation. In fact, the first stage of life is preparation. In whatever you want to do, prepare hard, prepare well, and prepare for the future. What is preparation? To me, the way I define preparation is simple. Preparation is paying the price for tomorrow now. Hey, let's go. Now, we have established that there are 4 stages and 10 steps involved in research writing. So, stage 1 is preparation. Now, what are the steps under stage 1? The step 1 is choose a subject and limit it to a specific topic. I can do what is that? A jack of all trades, master of none. Choose a subject. In that subject that you have chosen, limit it to a specific topic. Are you getting it now? Choose a subject. For example, the subject I've chosen is government. Are you getting me? Limit it to a specific topic. For example, in government, I'm going into constitution. Inside constitution, where are you going into? I'm going into Macpherson's constitution. Are you getting it now? Choose a subject and limit it to a specific topic. Number 2, that's step 2. Read for general background. In other words, you are not reading shallow. No, you want to read so that you have deep idea on everything. And then step 3, very quickly, make a preliminary outline with a temporary thesis statement. So the preliminary outline there, as you proceed, I'm going to explain everything to you. Your preliminary outline, what do you mean by thesis statement and all of that. But step 3, take note, make a preliminary outline with a temporary thesis statement. And then step 4 is compile a working bibliography. I'm going to explain them one after the other to you as you proceed in those steps one after the other. Now, stage 2 has a name. And what is stage 2 called? It is reading and note making. Are you getting it? As you read, what do? You make notes, note making. Now, under this stage 2, there are different steps underneath it. Of course, step 5 is reading for specific information. You are looking for specific information. You are precise, you are direct. Now, step 6, very quickly, is make notes, 1 item per slip. You know those kind of slips now that you write some stuff on and then you click them on different locations. Make note, 1 item per slip, and arrange them in outline order. So you arrange them in order. Are you getting it now? Like outline. If you are reading a textbook, for example, you see your table of content, right? That order, arrange them that way. Then revise your thesis statement and working outline as often as necessary. That's step 6. Now, after this stage, we are going to go into your stage 3. And stage 3 has a name. Stage 3 is called writing and revising the first draft. So the first draft that you have written, you will write it. Your first draft, you will write it and you do what? You will revise it. Now, follow me very quickly. What are the steps here? Step 7 is make a topic outline. Now, in correct form, this topic outline, let it be correct. to guide the writing of your paper. Not that you just start writing it. No. You don't just write as you think. You are writing according to plan. And step 8, quickly write the first draft. After you have written the first draft, what do? Revise it. After this, if, for example, you are a final year student, what do? Then you can submit it to your supervisor, so that we go through it, and then you get the point now. Now, what is stage 4? Stage 4 has its own sweet name, and stage 4 is called preparing the final paper. So what are the steps involved in preparing the final paper? Step 9 is write the second draft. After your supervisor have seen it, what will they do? It will be correct, then you come back and write the second draft. Revise it, checking all the documentations. After that, the step 10, write out the final version of all documentations correctly. Place all of them in the order they should be. Then proofread the paper carefully. Then you now submit it finally. So these are the steps involved in your research methodology. Guy, go over this again and again. I'm going into the next class quickly. Enjoy yourself, guys. Bye-bye.